It's a pleasure to have you all here and to discuss the imperative need for a holistic approach in the yachting industry, especially in the context of environmental sustainability and regeneration. I'm Vienna YETI, and I'm a sustainability scientist with a long experience within the yachting sector. I serve in the board of directors as a vice president and sustainability expert at the Water Revolution Foundation. Let me highlight why it's crucial to develop something like the Yacht Environmental Transparency Index. As we navigate the complexities of our industry's environmental impact, it's really important, as Hannah has already mentioned, to have a specific goal in fostering broad industry collaboration towards a better future, enabling all stakeholders to apply the same method to assess, compare, and reduce yachts' environmental impact. The foundation of this index is built upon a commitment to transparency and scientific rigor, and aiming to significantly improve our environmental performance as an industry. My task here is to provide a specific contextual framework and delve into some key aspects that characterize the YETI, making it a reliable and well-established point of reference today, capable of already integrating what will be necessary for the future of our industry. Let's start with the global context and the need of the Yacht Environmental Transparency Index. The urgency of our mission cannot be overstated. As you already know, the Paris Agreement set a target to limit global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius, but this goal is increasingly out of reach with current technologies and practices. Our natural resources are depleting faster than they can regenerate, threatening biodiversity and the health of our ocean in general, which are our life supporting system beyond the key role for our industry as the very playgrounds of our vessels. Several upcoming regulations are poised to significantly influence environmental impact and energy rating for the industry. All of us are already familiar with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Companies are increasingly aligning their strategies with the so-called SDGs, which influence many governmental and organizational policies worldwide. But let me also mention some key other ones, especially dedicated to emission and energy impacts aimed at carbon neutrality roadmap, also for our industry. European climate law, on top of everyone, which legally binds us all to reach climate neutrality by 2050, with an interim target of reducing net greenhouse gas emissions by at least 55% by 2030 compared to 1990 levels. And here comes the I don't know if you are familiar with that, but a specific package, a series of legislative proposals by the European Commission aimed at aligning European policies within the new 2030 climate target, including the revision of the Energy Efficiency Directive and the Renewable Energy Directive itself. And this package is called the Fit for 55 package. At the company level, we need to consider the Corporate Sustainability Reporting Directive, or so-called non-financial reporting. And you are probably familiar already with the ESG, the Environmental, Social and Governance Disclosure Requirements. Other international initiatives include the Global Reporting Initiative Standards, the International Financial Reporting Standards and Sustainability Standards, Task Force on Climate-Related Financial Disclosure Recommendations, various local and national regulations. Let me highlight that these regulations and standards are designed to drive industry towards greater sustainability, emphasizing energy efficiency, carbon reduction, and transparent reporting. Companies must stay informed and proactive in integrating these requirements into their operation to ensure compliance and leverage the benefits of sustainable practices, and Water Revolution Foundation is here to facilitate our common efforts on this path. This context underscores the necessity of a method like the Yacht Environmental Transparency Index, which provides a scientifically validated framework to measure and mitigate environmental impacts beyond just CO2 emissions. And I'll tell you in a second why and why it's so important to do that. Those are challenges to be addressed, and Water Revolution Foundation has adopted life cycle assessment as our guiding framework. LCA allows us to comprehensively evaluate the environmental impacts of yachts throughout the entire life cycle, from production to operation. And this is where the concept of eco-points comes into play. By adopting the ISO norm and using the so-called RECP methodology, we can translate various environmental impacts into a single score, providing an holistic view of a yacht's ecological footprint. And this method considers not only CO2, but also other pollutants. As you can see on the slide, those pollutants are affecting air, water, soil quality, as well as human health and ecosystem integrity. Let me give you the definition of EcoPoint. An EcoPoint is an environmental assessment tool that evaluates and quantifies the overall environmental impact by categorizing impacts, identifying damage pathways, and protecting endpoints areas, which means the eco-points classify various environmental impacts into these distinct categories, as you can see on the slide. These categories cover a wide range of environmental factors, including carbon footprint, water usage, energy consumption, waste generation, resource depletion. And for each impact category, you can see, going on the right, eco-points identify the damage pathway that describes how specific actions or processes contribute to environmental harm. Examples of damaged pathways include emission to air, effluents to water, land use changes. You can see here all the list. And finally, on the final column, you can see that eco-points aim to protect specific endpoint areas by mitigating and identifying damage pathways. These endpoint areas are crucial for maintaining ecological balance and human well-being. You can see that this kind of key endpoint areas include human health, ecosystem quality, resource availability, and by integrating these components, eco-points provide a comprehensive view of environmental impacts, helping organizations or even single decision-making process make informed decisions to minimize their ecological footprint and promote sustainability. But even more important, even more than that, it allows us to embrace regenerative development. And this regenerative development is aimed at balance the environmental and human health. So this means that integrating all the different parameters beyond the carbon footprint is essential to fully understand our environmental impacts. And tools like EcoPoint enable this comprehensive integration, providing an holistic view of our activities and their effects, and why this is crucial. First and foremost, it allows a comprehensive impact assessment. Focusing only on the carbon footprint provides a limited view of environmental impact, and by integrating additional parameters such as water use, energy consumption, waste generation, and resource depletion, we obtain a complete picture of our ecological footprint. This comprehensive assessment allows us to identify all significant areas of impact and address them in a more effective way. It allows an informed decision-making, as we already said. It allows optimized resource allocation. By integrating various environmental parameters, we are in the position to allocate resources in a more strategic way. By identifying which areas have the greatest impact and potential for improvement, we can focus investments where they will collect the highest environmental and economic returns, ensuring the best cost-benefit ratio. Detailed analysis that goes beyond the carbon footprint enhances also transparency and accountability, and this is absolutely great for stakeholders, including investors, customers, and regulatory bodies, that can see the full extent of our environmental impacts on the measure we are taking, to mitigate them. So this builds, of course, trust and supports compliance with environmental regulations. And it's also important, crucial for regulatory compliance and competitive advantage, as we already highlighted. But tools like EcoPoint provide the robust data needed to develop a data-driven sustainability strategy. And this ensures that decisions are based on solid evidence, leading to better outcomes and continuous improvement in our environmental performance. Last but not least, achieving long-term sustainability goals requires more than just reducing carbon emissions, and in the future even more. By integrating a wide range of environmental parameters, we can set realistic and achievable targets, track progress, and adjust strategies as needed. This holistic approach supports sustained environmental performance and resilience in a broader sense. And to sum up, it's really important to integrate EcoPoint in those kind of analysis to facilitate this integration, providing the data and insights needed to make informed strategic decisions that optimize resource use and achieve the best cost-benefit ratio. I'll conclude my contribution by reminding us all that our industry plays a significant role in this environmental narrative. As stewards of the ocean, we have a unique responsibility to lead by example. The health of our ocean is directly linked to the health of our business, and it's crucial to adopt well-established tools like the Yacht Environmental Transparency Index, able to drive sustainability and also to enter the era of regenerative development. I stop here and pass the word to Hannah to continue our journey on the YETI. Thank you very much.